Monday. You know what that means. Time for episode 413 in the green with the Flex Zone podcast. And you, the Flex Zone family. The only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. An action-packed show. We're not going to waste your time. NBA season starts in less than 24 hours. We're breaking down all the major stories, giving you our preview and predictions, what we think is going to happen, and who will hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Of course, we got to get back to the NFL Week 7 recap. Ravens dominate. Commanders lay an egg. We got those game ball, not so game ball. Of course, we got those picks for Week 8. And of course, we get goofy with Cravante, baby. If you guys can, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button, hit that bell, slam dunk it. Lay it up, and go ahead and box out that bell, vote on the poll, sign off in the comments, share your thoughts on the wild and wacky sports weekend. And if you want to donate, as always, hit the Cash App. It's pinned in the comment section as well. Episode 413 coming to you live right after this. Dominating the competition like the Ravens dominated the Cowardly Lions yesterday at the Big Crab Cake. It's the Flex Zone podcast, fellas. Only place giving you sports how you want it.
When you need it.
Episode 413, our NBA preview and predictions extravaganza, recapping Week 7, which was a wonderful day in Baltimore and up in New Jersey. The Commanders, well, Cravante, they commanded. We're recapping Week 7, looking forward to Week 8, game ball, not so game ball, and of course, more goofies of the week. But as always, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell for all the content on the channel. Tons of it and more coming this week and beyond. And as always, hit the Cash App if you want to donate. It is pinned in the comment section. And you can always email us at theflexzone1@gmail.com. Want to be a part of the show? Guest ideas, anything of that nature. Twitter, Instagram, the Flex Zone 1, and on TikTok, the Flex Zone Podcast. Up first, the social media producer, the man who will be watching the Ravens live from the West Coast, taking the Flex Zone to Arizona with them. It's the social media producer. It is the man you love. It is the meat man himself, my boy, Big Raj. I think he's a happy Ravens fan this week. I'll have to ask him in a second. Big Raj, how you feeling, my guy?
Oh, you ain't gonna play none of the damn. Come on, man. There you go.
Finish him, Daddy.
That's the one.
Takes time. Doing a lot of things here.
Well, that's exactly what the Ravens did to them damn Lions. They finished them. They even called them daddy at the end. But yes, your boy Big Raj is here. Back for another week of content, talking, NBA and this great Ravens victory Monday. And I got a couple, things for the fans later on, but I'll let you see that, as we continue to move on.
This next man is the voice of reason, the captain of the goofy ship, the Mandalorian himself. I'm not even going to do it this week. He's wearing black because he's about to tell somebody to rest in peace. But I think this is a more fitting sound as the brother shakes his head. We love you, Cravante, but this was needed yesterday.
I think that's my favorite sound on our show thus far, man. Yes, it was appropriate, not because we got our butts kicked, but because we lost to, once again, one of the bottom 3 teams in the league. And I was actually going to say, hey, play that for the Ravens, because what I did to the Lions was crazy, like legit from beginning to the end. But that's for Ron Rivera at this point. Like, he has to go. This is Ron Rivera. He needs all that has to happen. Like I'm absolutely tired of it, yo. Like, and we ain't beat the Giants in like 3 years. Like, I don't know what's going on, yo. I legit don't know what's going on. But 3 wins, ah, it's not looking great. But week to week, we only one game behind, one game under 500, which I'm cool with because y'all messing with the draft picks at this point, man. Y'all just messing it up. There he is. There he is. Doing what he do best. Nothing. Yeah, right. Yeah, yep. That's
Had to
right.
had to bring had to bring the belt. Had to bring him to the front of the congregation. Get that ass whooped.
That's right. That's
You
right.
walk
That's right.
you walk back from New Jersey.
I'm brother. But new regime, so new regime still filling things out. So I understand why they haven't made a move yet, but I'm obviously speaking from a long time Commanders fan, well, Washington fan, because we've had several names, but I'm speaking from a Washington fan, so I'm over on Rivera. They're still new, so they're probably gonna wait till the end of the year, but he needs to go now.
I'm sure Cravante will have a lot more in his commander's corner as we break down that game and kind of go into it. This next man, voice of the community himself, he is the Flex Zone co-creator. He is the Flex Zone Messiah. He is the tribal chief. He is Pride of the East Side Savior, Misbehavior, Mr. 25-8, more meaning than the vaccine. He is my brother, the phenomenal, the A-lister, the man who works nonstop, Mr. Morgan State University, and Mr. HBCU Homecoming, because I know he's out here. It's my boy, my brother, Drizzy Dre.
Had to had to big truck. Shout out to the Broadways and man, I mean it's nothing like a Ravens victory, especially in that fashion when they play a complete game.
As you always say, Dre, boost to asses is always welcomed.
Well, yes, there was a lot of clanking and banging going on, man.
Well, Dre, it's appropriate that you are on the screen. I'm gonna get right into it, brother, because your good brother, your fellow member of Laker Nation, not Raj, D, proclaimed yesterday that your Lakers are gonna beat the Nuggets tomorrow. And I'm putting my hand down and I'm proclaiming it too. They're gonna beat the Nuggets tomorrow. They're gonna spoil their ring ceremony as we get into the NBA season. But before you go, Dre, let me go ahead and go over some storylines for the season. It's been 133 days. Crazy how much time has flew since the Nuggets won the championship over the Miami Heat. We've seen Damian Lillard get traded to the Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis. He just signed a big contract today. Make sure you check out the short on the channel. Big shout out to Raj. Chris Paul is now with Golden State. And James Harden, I don't know if he's with Ron Rivera Cravante, but he is nowhere to be found, much like he was on the court last year. We got Victor Wembanyama. He will make his debut. Chet Holmgren as well from OKC and Scoot Henderson with Portland. And of course, your boy Dre, the King, year 21, he will look to make his one final run. There you go. Put your crown on, brother. How you feeling? Is this the year he gets that fifth ring?
I believe it is. I know a lot of the times we say every year that LeBron James and the Los Angeles
It's not
Lakers,
we, it's you. It's not
but
we, it's you.
Yeah, it's
um,
just
no,
okay.
I feel like even last year they when a season that didn't seem to really have any hope, and they completely turned it around once they traded Russell Westbrook out of there. They got some pieces this offseason. They added new pieces. They were able to beat Golden State, and we thought that they were on the trajectory. But even in their losses against the Nuggets, every game was close. It's not like they were getting blown out the water. They were right neck and neck. They were just literally just not hitting the shots. And I think being too reliant on an aging LeBron James. Not to say that LeBron can't do what he used to do. Well, I mean, he can't do what he used to do, but not to that level because of just age and nutrition. I mean, we know that LeBron James takes care of himself, but I mean, we have to face the facts that he's on the other side of 30 and not on the younger side of 30. So we just need some people to step up. Anthony Davis, his health throughout the playoffs was still good. So we just need some other people to just step up. But I feel like the Lakers have a high possibility to beat the Nuggets. I have faith that they can get back to the Western Conference Finals and even beyond into the NBA Finals. I feel like even though the West is stacked and loaded, I feel like the Lakers have a real good shot, and especially with a team like the Memphis Grizzlies, who already going to be on the um, they're going to be behind because of the John Morant, and then also well, his suspension, and then Steven Adams. We learned about his injury, so that's going to hurt that team even more. So therefore, you already have one team that's not in it, but it's at least I could say about um, maybe 12 teams just alone in the West that can be of playoff contention, and that was including the Memphis Grizzlies. But um, with a stacked West, you saw that the Lakers were right there, and I feel like they're gonna continue to build moving forward.
I'm gonna go to our next Lakers fan, Raj and Dre. While you stool in the sideline real quick, let me know who you think is gonna be your MVP in finals matchup. Raj, I'll go to you next, brother. I know you're not high as D and Dre are right now. They've been out there with Snoop Dogg on the West Coast, but how you feeling about the Lakers and anything else? I know you love your boy Giannis. You've been on Milwaukee when they won the championship. Phoenix with KD. I mean, you got your boy Victor from the soap operas, as they call them. A lot of things to look forward to this season. Boston looks like they're going to be there. What are you looking forward to seeing?
Be honest with you, I'm looking forward to seeing the Wizards, man. I want to, and that's not popular to say because they look like they're going to be rebuilding, but I want to see what Jordan Poole does.
Come on now, say it with me. Everybody beats the Wiz.
You really, Byron, really,
It's that
really.
time of year, brother. Thank you for
No, it's not
reminding me.
that damn time of the year. They haven't played a
Who,
game
who they
yet.
play Wednesday? They play the Pacers.
Yes, they play the Pacers
Yes, you
Wednesday.
will
Hey,
hear
man,
that Wednesday after they lose to the
you
Pacers.
already know it.
Halliburton gonna give Poole a triple double. Sorry,
All
Kavante.
right. Well, can I get my thoughts? Can I get my thoughts out? I mean,
Go
damn.
ahead. On the
Anyway, like,
go.
like I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by these two bastards. I want to see what the Washington Wizards do. Bradley Beal is no longer with the team; he's with the Suns. I'm pretty sure he'll have a pretty good year if he stays healthy. But Jordan Poole, man, I think he's going to have a banger year. I think he's going to be the next coming of James Harden in a good way when he went from OKC to Houston. Of course, he's going to be the main focus there. He's going to be the main guy. Kyle Kuzma's going to be the secondary person, but I want to see how that gels, and I want to see what the rookie I think it's Bilal Coulibaly. I forgot. I don't know how you say his last name, but I want to see how he plays well because I know he plays defense very well. So I definitely want to see what he does as well. As far as the Lakers go, um, I mean, I'm looking forward to them. They should be, uh, I guess, in the champ the I'll say AFC Championship game. They should be in the Western Conference Finals again this year with Denver. If Denver makes it, but of course, it's always going to come down to one man, and it's not LeBron James. It's all about Anthony Davis. What Anthony Davis is going to do? Is he going to play well? We shall see. Is he going to stay healthy the entire year? We shall see. But it comes down to him. So if he can stay healthy and if he can do what he's supposed to do, they'll have a chance to win a championship. But this is the start of the season. They should have a good season going in. I don't see LeBron James dropping off no time soon. Even though he's about to be 39 years old, he's still playing at an extremely high level, and he keeps his body in phenomenal shape. So the Lakers are going to be in the mix as always. But like you said with the Bucks, man, I definitely want to see what this Damian Lillard and Giannis uh, uh, tandem looks like with Chris Middleton. I think it's going to be phenomenal. I think they definitely will be in the NBA Finals. Um, I just don't see who's going to beat them. I mean, unless Boston finds a way, but they lost a lot with that trade that they put together. Getting rid of Robert Williams is big, man. Kristaps Porzingis to me is not that guy. To me, he's very very soft, and I just think that rebounding is going to be a problem for them all season. but I could be wrong. They might make a mid-season trade, but we shall see. Um, and I guess I mean that's really pretty much it for me. I do think I want to see what Wemby looks like in with the Spurs. I think he will make a splash. He might just come out dominating. I hope that's the case for him because everybody had their suspicions that he might be a bust or he might not be the guy that everybody thinks he is. He might be the next Ben Simmons. No, no, I think this
Oh,
brother can play. I think this brother's gonna have a phenomenal year as a rookie and I can't wait to see what he looks like. And also, Chet Holmgren will be making his debut as well. He looks pretty good as well, so I definitely want to see what he does with OKC. But I think the last thing I do want to see, I want to see what the hell this tournament is. I want to see what they do with this NBA in-season tournament. What is this going to be? What is this going to look like? Is it going to be interesting? Who's going to win it? I don't know. Who cares? But I want to see what this is, man. I want to see what this is. So, those are my thoughts on the preview of the NBA season. Hopefully, it's a good one. Hopefully, tomorrow night should be fun. We shall see. But we'll see. We'll see what happens though.
Real quick, Wizards 24 and a half. Cavante win total.
damn.
Hey, I'm gonna give a bold prediction. I'm gonna give a bold prediction. The Wizards win 35 to 40 games this year. Bucket. 35 to 40. I said it here first.
Are you that optimistic, Cavante?
Nah, I'm too much a realist for that. I mean, it would be amazing to see, but just as the team is currently constructed, I just just don't see it. That's probably gonna be a bottom tier team. We should be we should be picking pretty high in the draft lottery next year. Um, but storylines, I want to see what the Suns got. I would like to see the Suns put it all together with Katie, Booker, and Bradley Beal. They picked up a couple guys in that 3-team trade with Damian Lillard, so that's good. Um, um, I'm looking forward to see the Bucks get back to where they were a couple years ago. Damian Lillard finally getting the opportunity to be on the championship contender, mostly his fault, but I am interested to see how Dame and Giannis match up, uh, playing alongside one another. Um, let's see. Where will James Harden go next? My gosh, he's turned into a journeyman over the past couple years. He looked like he's switching teams every other year. So it's interesting to see how this James Harden saga continues and how it breaks down because you can't just trade him anywhere because he'll just end up doing the same thing. So he's been calling Daryl Morey a liar, at least at least in the public eye. Who knows what he's calling him behind the scenes? But that's always fun and interesting to see. Um, the Lakers are always going to be talked about. I think they'll be a solid. I think they'll be a solid team in the West because with a LeBron James team, at least his IQ isn't gone anyway. Even though his body may be deteriorating, he still has the IQ and helping Anthony Davis. Well, he can't help him stay healthy, but at least while he's on the court, things should be moving a little bit more fluidly. Um, but Anthony Davis, I've been on the record saying you guys should have traded him when he was at his highest value because we've seen this movie before. We've read his book. We listened to the audio tape. It happens at some point every single year. Anthony Davis is going to get hurt. So it's just a matter of not if, but when. What's up? Any other storylines? The Nuggets. This is the funniest like NBA champion. Like this is the most unhyped champion ever. and it's because Jokic just doesn't really care that much about basketball, which is the weirdest thing. But nonetheless, I'm looking forward to see they win because the West is going to be crazy, and as we all know, the East is very top heavy, and hopefully Jimmy Butler gets out of his crisis hair
Emo.
thing that he's going through. That.
Dre, the Lakers is 46 and a half, so around 47 wins. And I think, what's your finals prediction as well and MVP?
I could see that. Somewhere between 45 to like 50 wins. I could see that for the Lakers. My finals prediction, I must go with the Eastern Conference Finals. It's going to be Boston, of course, and um, Milwaukee. In the West, I could see Golden State and the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. Um, right
The battle of
now,
the old guy.
I could see Golden State making maybe one last run at it. But I don't think that they'll get the championship. But I think Chris Paul may play in another finals. So I'm gonna go with right now, Golden State and Milwaukee, and my MVP would be Giannis. I wanted to say Tatum, but last year Tatum early, you know, yeah, I know Cravante. He started out early as the early favorite, but then he just tapered off, and I feel like Giannis is coming back. He's gonna have something to prove, and he's. I feel like they're gonna have like the number one seed. I feel like that pretty much Milwaukee had everything. The only they. I mean, I don't like that they lost Drew Holiday. I like it that Boston has it, but like Rod said, that Robert Williams loss because they're not going to really have any size, and then the
And
people.
Marcus Smart too, Dre. Can't forget about that. Former defensive player of the year.
Well,
Yep.
I mean, well, me and Cravante were saying once you may have lost Marcus Smart, but you gained Drew Holiday. So I feel like they
That's
didn't
a fair point. That's a fair point.
lose
That's a fair
anything
point.
with that one. But I think that just that Robert Williams trade, I think that that's going to hurt them because of the fact that Milwaukee has size compared to Boston right now, and I feel like that's what's going to actually propel Milwaukee over. I feel like Giannis, he's going to come back, and they're going to have the number one seed. I feel like him and Dame, um, they're going to go through their growing pains, but they're both hungry. And that's the thing too, because Giannis, yeah, he has a championship, but he wants more. He's not content with just one championship. So he's going to come ready to play. Dame is going to come ready to play, and they're going to be like on a mission to get Dame that first championship. So I feel like it's Milwaukee's kind of a lock in, but Boston is going to give them some work. It'll probably be a 6 or 7 game series. But I just don't feel like Boston has enough. Maybe unless they do something at the trade deadline, and we'll see what happens with that. Uh, and then, like I said, in the West, I feel like um, the Lakers. The Lakers have the potential, but I'm gonna give the slight edge over to Golden State to just try to make one last run at it.
Boy, the Vikings never make it easy. Real quick. Go ahead, Raj. Your finals? Yeah, I just was looking at the field goal like they're gonna miss this, and they missed it. Raj, who plays in the final? I know you got Milwaukee. I think got the East, right?
Yeah, I got Milwaukee into the finals. It's probably Boston and Milwaukee. This is going quick. Boston, Milwaukee, Denver, LA. I think Denver goes back to the finals. And I think Milwaukee beats Denver in about 6 games.
And Cravante, last but not least, my brother.
Crazy. I I agree. I think Milwaukee. I think it's going to be Milwaukee. Again, Denver is a returning team. Chemistry still there. I think it's going to do nothing but grow. Um, I I want to go out on a limb, which is not really a limb, and say the Phoenix Suns, but I just feel like it's not a natural. I don't think it's a natural fit for the Suns. I really have to see how their bench produces and how their bench plays. Um, but let's see. And the Sixers, I feel like the Sixers always get in their own way. So and also they have the James Harden situation looming over them. But regardless, I think it's going to be Milwaukee. And gosh, who else is in the West? Clippers, no. Memphis, no. It's going to be
Are you
between the Lakers.
buying Zion? You buying Zion on the Pelicans, maybe?
I want to. I would love to, but no, I can't. I can't.
OKC
I
is too young, maybe a
Hey,
year away.
but fellas, he's shooting up the wrong court apparently. So
Let me get up
Well,
out of here.
yeah, he is.
I'll go with the Warriors. I'll go with the Warriors and the Nuggets, but I think the Nuggets go. I think the Nuggets do return. So the Nuggets and the Bucks, and I got the Bucks winning. Giannis MVP. Dame gets his first championship.
Cool. Let us know in the comment section what's going on, Aaron. Aaron agrees with us. Let us know your NBA preview and predictions. Yeah, Aaron, we did say that earlier. Adams is lost for the season,
too many
and
losses, like significant losses. I forgot one of the other players has like an Achilles
Was
tear.
he out?
Stephen
Was he out?
Adams.
I think he
Stephen,
got hurt the end of last year. Then he's probably gonna miss this year too.
Oh, Steven Adams. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did get hurt last
Yeah,
year.
Romaine.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yep. We'll be watching 82 games, and I'll be betting. I mean, watching and betting tomorrow. Yes, as you know. Uh,
Yes.
let's get to this NFL. Rod, you
Hey,
want to go first,
Mario,
man?
I just want to say you're killing it right now. Okay,
Oh, I am.
you doing the damn thing on the betting side of the game,
Oh,
bro.
I'm trying, man. Like I said, if the Astros and Rangers are still going the way I left it, got a couple more dollars coming to the old Christmas fund. But uh, yeah, man, Dre, you gotta get on these parlays, brother. But Raj,
and
yesterday, man.
one Sunday we all gotta hang out. Y'all gotta show me the ways on this betting tip, man.
Hey, man, I got you, brother. I try
Told
to
You
y'all
gotta
share the wealth.
you gotta
I'm
come out you gotta come out the shadows, man. You've been hiding in plain sight.
I got you, Dre. I'll put you
hey,
on, brother. But Raj, yesterday, man, we had an ass whooping in a good way for the Ravens. It's a love fest today. Everybody's happy, riding on a cloud. 38-6. Lamar looks like an MVP candidate again. Defense has only given up 7 touchdowns all season in 7 games. Lamar, I didn't say this yesterday, 16-1 against NFC opponents. The best record since the merger. I mean, good lord, that's amazing in itself. Like I said, the defense has only given up 7 touchdowns. Lamar doing his thing. Harbaugh winning again at home in October. His record increases. And the Ravens, once again, in first place in the AFC North, Raj, as you get ready to watch them in Arizona this week.
And you know what, man? After everything you said, and after really thinking about it, I'm still not satisfied, man. I'm not sad. I'm like Lamar Jackson yesterday. I'm not satisfied, bro. Now, granted, they played a great game yesterday. They destroyed the Detroit Lions. They turned the Lions, who was roaring, like they was Mufasa, into the cowardly lions that they were in the Wizard of Oz all those years back. And Dan Campbell bit his own kneecaps. But you know what, man? Like I said before, you know what? And I hate to say this because I know a lot of Ravens fans do not like Shannon Sharp. Even though we love Shannon Sharp, Uncle Shay has been going against Lamar for I don't know what's going on between those two. But Shannon Sharp said something very profound today. The word that I want to see this team have, and that is consistency. I want to see them be more consistent. I know Lamar Jackson's phenomenal. He is a great quarterback. He can do things that a lot of people cannot do. But and you know what? And to be honest with you, to be fair, he has been very consistent. And that's including fumbling the football. But that's a whole other story. But other than that, he's been very consistent with throwing the football. And he's looked a whole lot better this year than he has in years past. Completing over 71% of his passes. Getting the ball out quicker than he's ever have. And making a lot of people look good when sometimes they don't look that good. But I just want to see more consistency from the Ravens, man. I want to see them do more of this. It's kind of like how I critique Drake when he makes um, great rap songs, but he'll come back and make a love ballad that I'm like, bro, I want to hear more of the rap. I don't want to hear the love ballad. I want to see the Ravens whip more
Oh, so
people's asses.
you want to hear Drake rap about catching bodies? If you know what I
I
mean.
no, I don't want to hear him. No, this is a PG show. I don't know catching
I'm just
nobodies.
I'm just saying
But
he's
but anyway,
yeah.
anyway, I want to see the Ravens whip people like they whipped Detroit yesterday. They have the capabilities, they have all the weapons, they have everything that you can imagine. They even have a great freaking defense. I need to see more of this, and I need to see it on a more consistent basis. Yes, the Detroit Lions are a good football team. They're 5-1. Well, I'm sorry, they're 5-2 now. Going in, they were 5-1. Jared Goff was an MVP candidate, and the defense was good for Detroit. And the Ravens just mopped the floor with them. To be honest with you, the Ravens should not have lost to the Colts or the Steelers. They should have beaten both of these teams. They should be undefeated right now, but they beat themselves a lot. And going forward, I don't need to see no more of that. They put themselves in a whole nother pedestal today. Every freaking uh, journalist and TV show and podcast was crowning them the second best team in football. Oh my God, the Ravens done figured it out. I don't want to hear all that nonsense, man. I don't want this team to be distracted. I don't want them feeling themselves. I want y'all to continue to get. I want you to continue to keep critiquing this team like you've been doing. I want you to continue to keep putting Lamar down and saying that he can't do such and such and such and such. Because you know what happens when that happens, Byron, Cravante, and Dre? Something good happens when that happens. I don't want this team feeling themselves. I don't. I want to be
Daryl,
underneath.
what up?
What up, Daryl? I want to be underneath the
Yes, we
radar.
are, Daryl.
I want to be underneath the radar. Okay? I don't like hearing Stephen A be happy about the Ravens. I don't want that. I don't want your love, man. I don't want your love. All right? I don't want nobody's love. I don't like that. I don't. I want you to hate. Because when you do that, it makes my team better. And on top of that, it keeps Harbaugh doing what he's supposed to be doing with this football team. But all in all, I'm happy for the win. I am happy for the win. Let's not get it twisted. I am happy for the victory. But all this, we the second best team in football and yada yada yada. Oh my God, he looks like the second coming of no, no, no. Lamar Jackson is phenomenal. Lamar Jackson is great. But I don't want to hear all that nonsense from the media. I don't want to hear that crap. I want this team to be more consistent. I want to see them continue to keep doing this. Show it every week. Bring it every week. And you know what? I'm glad we don't have a light schedule. I don't want to play soft teams. I will bring on all the hard teams. Bring the 49ers on. Bring the Chargers. Bring the Bengals and Browns again. Bring back the damn Steelers. I want to play all these guys because I want the Ravens to prove that they're the best team or the second best team in football. Prove it. But other than that, that's what I got. That's what I got for you, Byron. I had to think about it, for a day. I was happy yesterday. They surprised me. They shocked me. But be more consistent. That's it. That is all.
Well, real quick, since you are going to the game, what do you want to see this week? Do you want to see another ass whooping? Arizona does play hard.
Yes.
10-point victory,
I
14 points, double
do
digits.
not play down to your competition. You are better than them all the way around. If they play down to that competition, that would tell me they haven't learned a damn thing. That's all that's going to tell me. They haven't learned nothing. Continue to play your game. Play up to the level that you can play to. That's all I ask. Is just to play up to the level that you can play to. You have all these pieces. All these pieces. Do not play down to the level of your competition. If they do that, that's going to just piss me off. It really is. Especially after destroying Detroit like you did. You can win the game, but you cannot play down to the level of your competition. That's all I ask. So it can be 10, 14, or whatever. Just please don't play down to the level of your competition.
Cravante, you want to hop in here before we get to your commanders? I know Dre is driving, so we'll get his take when he gets home. But any thoughts? How you feeling from both sides? The Lions maybe not as good as we thought, and the Ravens. I mean, with Buffalo struggling, Cincinnati kind of finding their way. Outside the Chiefs, I mean, the AFC looks wide open.
So, okay, number one, thoroughly surprised. Thoroughly surprised that the Ravens put the smackdown on them. They got my reference. They got my wrestling reference. Hey. We need to keep account of this. But they laid the smackdown on them from beginning to end. Like, that's one thing we've been saying the the whole year leading up to, like, the Ravens look amazing, then they fall off. Then here come the Colts, they fall off. Look amazing, then they take a trip to Pittsburgh and fall off. But this type of game after those two hiccups is good because it's like, yo, the Ravens. This was always the Ravens. The Ravens always had this in them. But the issue, like Roger's been preaching, and Uncle Shay been preaching, consistency. That's literally what Roger, what you're asking for, is what all fans of all teams in the NFL is asking for. Their team to play consistently. Now, for me, my team is playing consistently bad. Okay. I guess I wasn't specific enough with me asking for consistency. I guess I wasn't specific enough. But Lamar Jackson, this was a game that is a staple for him getting votes for, like, the MVP. Now, I know none of us care about Lamar Jackson winning the MVP. We do not care. I'm just saying he's playing exceptionally well, passing the ball and running the ball. Even though, Raj, I understand you don't really like Lamar Jackson running the ball all that much, but it's a part of his game, and it's what makes him so dynamic. But he is throwing the ball more, and we have to take note of that. He's throwing the ball better now, as in recent years. And Byron, I believe you said it. I don't know if you said this while we were on air or not, but shout out to Todd Monken. It looks like the offense is, kind of taking shape. And year one in offense, it's going to take half the year. You know what I'm saying?
Especially when you don't play in the preseason. That too.
Exactly. And we look up week 8. The Ravens have they 6-2,
5-2. Yeah.
5-2.
5-2, 6-2, probably because you playing the Cardinals, as long as they don't play down to the competition. 6-2 with the year one offense. And it ain't terrible. it ain't bad. It's pretty damn good, actually. Now, what's surprising above the Ravens thus far is that the defense is playing so well. I think you said 7 touchdowns in over the course of 7 weeks, something like that.
7 touchdowns in 7 games. I
That's
think second lowest points per game, only giving up like 14, 15 points a game.
that's pretty damn good, because a team in you guys' division was statistically, well, before this game, was the number one defense statistically. And the way the Ravens is playing, the Ravens got to be a top 5, top 3 defense right now. So you couple that with how Lamar Jackson is playing, because he'll turn the ball over. The game, like the Lions game, is liable to happen every week if he doesn't turn the ball over. So it's looking really good. Things look bright for the future. But all in all, I know how Roger's thinking, and this is how I'm thinking. You gotta get to the AFC Championship. that's pretty much it. Now, it's a ways away. The Ravens played exceptionally well, a dominating performance from beginning to the end. But we want to see more consistent, maybe not consistent 20, how many points they beat the Lions by, but convincing wins. Convincing wins. That's what we're looking for. We want Lamar Jackson to take care of the ball. We want Lamar Jackson to make it to the end of the season.
That's all I have.
do that week in and week out as Ravens fans and as a Ravens supporter, and me admiring y'all from I-95. That's what I want to see. Out of also young black man playing quarterback.
Well, speaking of 95, this week we're going north because your Commanders, Cravante, were in New Jersey playing the New York Giants. Go ahead, Cravante.
We might as well south. It's
Oh,
south because we're
okay.
going down because we're trash. We're terrible. I'm sorry.
I
You're
want
right.
to play this for you. I'm sure you've probably heard it. I'm sure you have, but I want to play this so everybody else can hear it. And this is kind of probably encapsulates the entire fan base of the Commanders. So let me play this for you.
Situation like after a loss like that.
They whooped our ass, plain and simple. Got to be better.
Anything they did that surprised you guys early on?
No, I want to say so. I think it's just a lack of focus on our part, a lack of attention to detail, not starting fast, and creating holes that are too big for us to overcome in the second half.
Does it get frustrating when that
Fuck
team?
yes, it does. I'm fucking tired of this shit. Fucking tired of this bullshit. It's been 7 fucking years of the same shit. Tired of this shit.
What can you do now going forward to get it turned around?
Get our minds right and get ready to play fucking Philadelphia.
Accused of pocketing 17.
Cravante, hearing that, not being able to beat a backup quarterback in Tyrod Taylor, only scoring 7 points, 0-2 in the NFC East. Sam Howell, what, on his back more than a hotel? The floor is yours, brother. Just had to play that for you.
Appropriate. Very, very, very appropriate. And I understand the anger. Because I've been a fan longer than he's been playing for the team. So imagine how I feel. It's very frustrating. Losing to the Bears. I mean, well, let me start off. Struggling with the Cardinals, losing to the Bears, and losing to the Giants. Yes. This is beyond frustrating because initially I would think we're better, even though we're a subpar team, mediocre team is what I'm realizing. I still felt as though we should have beaten the Bears and the Giants going into those respective games. But I have to remember there's still some stints of the old Washington teams. It's still some stints. Like, just because the biggest reason is gone doesn't mean that there aren't still little stints and little what's that smell going around, because we didn't clean house. That's how you get rid of the stench. You have to clean house. So Jonathan Allen, and also Jonathan Allen being a leader of this Washington, he's a leader in that locker room for this Commanders team. If he feels like that, imagine how the rest of the team feels. And you know why they really, really feel that? Ron Rivera. Coach Ron Rivera. His coaching staff is stale, just like he is old and stale. And it's time to move on. Old, stale, dry, any other words, synonyms you could put with that. It's time for it's a new regime. It's time for a new coaching staff. There he is, just stale. Just stale. Look at it. He just get him. Right. That's right. That's right. Yes, absolutely. Stale. And I think what John Allen is really saying, and this is just me reading between the lines. He is upset and angry with the atmosphere that's going on. I think he's really upset with the coaching staff. That's what I think he's really, really upset with. That's what he's tired of. I think that's what he's really tired of. We need some new blood, hopefully some young blood. Um, typically, maybe an offensive-minded young head coach moving forward that could get this damn offensive line together and get Sam Howell and hopefully get Sam Howell together because he's a good young talent, but my heavens, between him and the offensive line, they're going to shatter the record for the most sacked quarterback in the history of the league, and that's not a record that any team wants. But unfortunately, we got a guy Ron Rivera who's not calling plays on either side of the ball. Like I said, I made a post earlier. I don't even think he's in the game plan. I don't think he's in the game plan meetings because he says nothing and does nothing. He's just collecting a check right now, and we're trying to move into a new regime, a new culture. Trying to clear up the air, clear up the stench. He has to go. He absolutely has to go. The only good thing about the game was that the defense only gave 14 points. That's pretty much. And again, I think Jack Del Rio should go too. But with the lackluster Giants offense, you shouldn't have gave up that many points. So I'm not going to give all types of credit to Jack Del Rio now. The Giants have been a bottom tier team because of Daniel Jones and that lackluster offense with no weapons. But somehow, some way, Tyrod Taylor, a supposed backup quarterback, now beats a divisional opponent. What the hell is going on? And Daniel Jones paid Daniel Jones all that money. Tyrod Taylor coming in and beating opponents is Giants looking real crazy right now. Even after being is looking real crazy right now at the quarterback position, but had the Commanders. I'm tired of saying Magic Johnson tweets too. Magic Johnson tweeting like crazy now. After every loss, we saying something from Magic Johnson because he's not used to this. Magic Johnson's a winner, one of the greatest Lakers of all time. Not used to this losing mess that the Commanders got going on. So he gonna talk about it. But I don't think things much is gonna change this season. I think the road change is not gonna come until next year, where we get the old guys out. Pretty much everybody can go except for Eric Bieniemy. And everybody else can go. Eric Bieniemy be the only one to stay.
Thank you for that, Cavante. Dre, you want to hop in here before we move on real quick? Oh, Dre might be driving.
Astros knocked out the playoffs.
Yes,
Hey, come
sir.
on, Texas.
Yep. We got a game 7 tomorrow on the NL, so we'll see what happens with the
Come on,
Phillies
Phillies.
and
Come on.
Diamondbacks.
Yeah, come on,
Come on.
Phillies. I agree. Come on,
Come on.
Phillies.
Do it, man.
Let's go around the league, and then we'll get our game ball, not so game ball. Then we should get Dre in here by then.
All right, real quick. Didn't Scherzer play today?
He pitched today. He did. Pitched pretty well. Pitched pretty well.
All right.
So yeah, Dre's almost home. So cool. We'll go through the scores. We can hop in, say something about those, get those game ball, not so game balls. Then Dre should be pulling up. So we had on Thursday. Let's go back to Thursday. We had the Jaguars beat the Saints 31-24. Jaguars 5-2, by the way, as well.
The only game I got right.
And I picked the damn Saints. Lord. Ravens destroyed the Lions 38-6. How about the Browns 39-38 over the Colts? No Deshaun Watson, but they still get it done. Myles Garrett might be defensive player of the year.
Probably.
Yeah, I agree.
Patriots. Bill Belichick gets his 300th win, as I mentioned, 29-25. I don't know what the hell the Bills are, but I think we all kind of agreed they might take a step back, and the Patriots just keep fighting.
Consistency we were talking about.
Agreed. Mentioned Commanders lose 14-7. Bears beat the Raiders in the battle of backups 30-12. Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. Yeah, that was ridiculous. Falcons beat the Buccaneers. I think Desmond Ritter had 3 fumbles, but Young Ho, cool, our favorite kicker, not named Justin Tucker.
The great
He's pretty
Young
good,
Ho.
though. He's pretty. I think he's like 16 out of 17 from 50 yards.
He's the second, the third best kicker in the football.
Yes, he's really good.
Right behind Tucker. He right there.
He's a good young ho.
He's a
Uh,
good hoe. Good job.
Steelers beat the Rams. Rod, you was right on that, 24-17.
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks beat the Cardinals 20-10. Broncos, I should not be surprised. They won. Beat our boy Love 19-17. Chiefs, Taylor Swift, and all of them beat the Chargers 31-17. And Eagles beat the Dolphins 31-17. Both Super Bowl teams win by the same margin. And tonight, Kirk Cousins, I think Daryl even said it, wins on prime time, beats the 49ers. 49ers have lost two in a row, 22-17. Ooh, what a week that was.
Mm.
Raj, I'm gonna start with you. Get your game on, also game on. Anything you wanna kind of highlight about this week? As Daryl comment, I agree with brother. We are in the end times, but
I just want to say I feel bad for Mark. His Colts did get robbed yesterday. But hey, you beat the Ravens, so there you go. But anyways, my not so game ball has to go to the 49ers tonight. They were awful. They were terrible against the Vikings. They should have beaten them. But Brock Purdy is coming down to reality. I think he had what, two or three interceptions tonight.
Yikes.
Something to that effect. But yeah, really, really bad loss for the 49ers. I can see last week when they lost to Cleveland, but they should not have lost to the 40 to the Vikings. Jefferson list Minnesota Vikings team. Terrible loss. My game ball, of course, has to go to our quarterback here in Baltimore, Lamar Jackson. Jackson, who should be AFC Player of the Week, but I doubt he is because of a certain person that's in Kansas City. But it's neither here nor there. But Lamar Jackson does get my game ball because he played phenomenally well. Uh, Probably his best game of the season. Should be his second best game if people catch the ball in Pittsburgh. But like I said, it's another thing. But yes, he gets my game ball. Lamar Jackson was phenomenal. Not so game ball goes to the 49ers. They're 5-2 now. They're coming back to the pack. Things were so good just 2 weeks ago. Just 2 weeks ago. Oh well, it is what it is.
we're gonna start low and high with Cravante, Bay, and Purdy had 2 picks, by the way.
Okay, 2 picks. All right.
Man. I don't know where to really go with this, man. Not so game ball. Not so game ball. I have to give it to Dan Campbell and the Lions for just coming out so flat and having so much hype. Um, Going into the game and Dan Campbell just not getting these guys prepared. Very ill prepared. And laid the egg um in Baltimore. But I will say in their defense, ain't nobody like the Ravens in the NFC. So it was in the AFC. You ain't got to worry about the Ravens no more. In the NFC, I tell you right now, they're probably gonna win the division, and they're probably gonna be the third overall, the third seed in the NFC when it's all said and done, which means they're gonna get a home game in the playoffs, and ain't gonna be no Baltimore Ravens to worry about. Um, I just say that game just let us know that the Lions are not there yet, but they are climbing. But absolutely laid an egg, and you just can't do that, especially against a contending team because you will get washed on these Sundays. Um, Game ball, like my man Rod just said, that brother in Kansas City, my Pat Mahomes boy, showing out, just I listen. The Kansas City Chiefs will be all right. I say this even after they traded Tyreek Hill. What did I say? I said no Tyreek Hill, no problem, and he goes on to win the Super Bowl. As long as Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are leading the charge, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to figure it out. They got guys like Valdez Scanting stepping up, guys like Rice stepping up, Pacheco stepping up.
Welcome
It's
back,
like
Mecole Hardman.
And welcome back, Nicole Hartman. And it looks like they are picking it up, and
And Taylor Swift.
and it's
She
why.
count.
She does
She
count. She has, let's just say, she pulls very powerful strings.
and she catches balls too.
Wow. Wow. Wow, good brother.
But their defense, Cravante, has been very, very good, by the way, since the Super Bowl.
Absolutely. They've been one of the better defenses. Um, overall now they're not giving up many points at all. If we're looking at scoring defense, I want to say they're top five. I'm throwing it out there, but my boy Patrick Mahomes throwing for he almost had 500. I know he had 400 and something yards, and he's looking like he's turning into his MVP self. He's looking more comfortable. I don't think he got touched in the game against the Chargers. Looked really good. Of course, he threw like 1,000 passes to Travis Kelce. He caught 998 of them. So yeah, it looks like the Chiefs. It looked like it's Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson um, for MVP right now.
Speaking of Travis Kelsey, I don't know if you guys heard this. This may be a low level goofy or something we could talk about real quick all the way for Dre. Apparently, Travis Kelsey bought a $6 million house for more privacy while he dates Taylor Swift. So he already had a house in Kansas City that was $1 million. He bought a new $6 million house for more privacy. Apparently, it's in a gated community, obviously bigger, more privacy because he's dating Taylor Swift. So I hope it works out.
My question is, who's paying for it?
I guess he paid for it, or her friends in high places. Maybe he
Wait,
didn't have
pay
to pay for it.
the house?
Yeah, $6 million. I guess he paid for it. He got paid, right?
Because he's the one. He's the one to go Dutch. That's what the street said. I don't know.
All I know,
So that's a good question.
all I know is I hope he gets a return on his investment. You know what I'm saying? The ROI is very high for him. That's all I can tell you. But if it ain't, and if it goes left, so I mean,
But
mm,
what's the good return on his investment?
well, his return on his investment is he knocks her up. That's his return on the investment. He was remember now, she has more money than him.
Oh
So,
my
so
heavens.
so control Travis. You know what to do if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, you know what to do. Gotta I get a return on your investment.
God, get a Super Bowl in there too if you can, man. But yeah, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. But $6 million for a new crib, yeah, when you got it, it don't. I guess when you really got it, it don't really matter.
Her net worth, and this is probably before all the tour money she's going to get, is around $300 million. So there you go, Raj.
Hey, I know that's more than Travis Kelsey. I
Sure
know
is.
that's more than Travis Kelsey. So
Drizzy
do
Dre,
what
you
you
came in at the right
hey
time. Did
Trav,
you
do
hear the
what you gotta
goofiness,
do.
man, of this man
Do what you
simping
gotta
out,
do.
buying a new home for more privacy?
No. Hey, Mark. No, she. No,
Mm.
Travis. Don't make sure
Look,
she don't take no plan anything,
he
no
had a
plan
$1
nothing.
million home and he bought a $6 million home for more privacy because it's a gated community.
Yo, folks with money,
Wow.
though.
Yeah, I heard the story, but I thought it was just rumor and innuendo. But I just fact checked it. Looks legit.
Uh,
So
oh
Dre,
man,
go
oh
ahead,
man.
brother. You
Hey,
wanna
thank you guys.
hop into the Ravens and give your game all, not so game on when you get done?
Man, the Ravens, man. I was hearing everybody on my my way back home. I'll say this. I know a lot of sports analysts right now on the bandwagon saying that the Ravens are the most complete team. I'll say that that's the most complete game that they've played this season. And if they can keep that up, then everything that we've been saying all leading up, saying that they can beat teams like Kansas City, are right up there. Prior to this week, I thought it was three teams that would be in our way. thus far, and I thought that was the Kansas City Chiefs, the Jaguars, and the Miami Dolphins. Um, Miami, that's teetering right now, being the fact that they've lost to Buffalo and Philly. I mean, it's still a long season, but I mean, to find out that Miami's only been beaten up on losing teams is kind of like it gives me a little cause for pause about them. Buffalo, I always said that I thought their window has closed, and that showed this past week. But I think the Ravens. I think that what to me the one thing that stood out, I wasn't really as concerned with the defense. Maybe some nitpicking things about like the secondary and the pass rusher, but offensively, that's where I was really skeptical. But like Byron, like you said, man, it just takes give it some time because it's going to take some time, being that they don't have a preseason. And then like Roger said, Lamar Jackson. I mean, you just have to consistently play better. Now, I'm not going to say the Pittsburgh game was all on because there were a lot of drop balls, but that Colts game, the way he was just holding on to the football, the interceptions. I mean, those are the type of things that you can't just have. So it was great that we got this huge win against the Lions, but like you guys were saying, don't downplay to your competition because you have the Cardinals up. You still got, like you said, they still got these divisional games coming up. They still got to play the Dolphins, even though it's at the bank. They still have to play the Dolphins. So bring on these teams. And keep playing consistently. Not only do we want Lamar to get another MVP, we want to win the damn Super Bowl. And that team, the team, if they play like how they played against the Lions, yes, this team can win the Super Bowl, but they have to consistently do that. Don't get upset when people call you out, and don't get content when you're on Stephen A's list because it's fluid. So don't don't do that. You
They've
know.
been fluent and they've been fluently been taken off of it the next week. So
Exactly. So, like you said, I mean, teams like Kansas City, the Eagles, they're constantly on there. But and the 49ers, well, I don't know, the 49ers may actually not be on there this week, but
no, I doubt it.
that those are the type of things. So I can't really say yet that they are, but I mean Lamar is playing. I'll say this, Lamar is playing right now um and an MVP. He's in the conversation to have 71% of your passes complete. That stat about him being 16-1 against NFC teams. I mean, those are some things that you have to be like, oh, okay, Lamar doing his thing. Um, that's something to watch out for. I heard you guys giving your game balls and not so game balls. And then one thing real quick about the Ravens. Um, People keep talking about, like I said, that this is like the best team right now, but they were saying that about the Dallas Cowboys week 1. So they were saying that, because when Dallas played a great, but Cravante week 1 they played a complete game and they dropped a 40 burger, and in a shutout loss too
The
against
who? The who?
no, but that's my point though. They did it against I mean, it was a divisional opponent. They did it against the Giants. The Ravens didn't have. I wish the Ravens would have gave them a shutout, but we gave them like a mercy touchdown because you could see that they just didn't even care. They were like, yeah, we. I'm like, look, if y'all gonna do it all the way, man. Don't let them score. Well, don't let them score nothing. Um, that's my only thing. Um, so I'm gonna give my not so game ball. Actually, I'm gonna give it to the Bills. Starting out the Bills, we know they had that one loss against the Jets on their opening night, but then they had 3 straight wins. But in their last 3 games, though, they've been 1-2. And they prior to their loss yesterday, they had beat the New England Patriots 6 out of 7 games, but they end up giving Bill Belichick his 300th win. So I don't know what's going on with Buffalo, being that they gave up a game winning touchdown to Mac Jones. He only had one prior in the past 3 years until yesterday. So I don't know what the hell is going on with them. Um, I'm gonna give my game ball to actually the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm surprised that they that was a tough win against the Rams, but Mike Tomlin, I know he's a divisional opponent. I know the Ravens, as the Ravens were supposed to hate the Steelers, but um, if you do the damn thing out there, I gotta give my hat off to you. They were able to pull it off on the road at that. And Byron, can I give an honorary game ball, brother? I'm gonna give and it's for the soundbite that you played, man, for Washington. I gotta give an honorary game ball to that brother, man, because that may have been the soundbite of the year. You could just hear and feel the frustration
Do you need to hear it again?
within
Do
them.
you need to hear it again?
Yeah, one more
All right, I
time.
got you, brother. Just go ahead, finish your soliloquy.
Uh, that I think that was the soundbite of the year, and what Cravante said as a Washingtonian, a lifelong fan. He incorporated everything that the fans feel, and then what that organization feels from just the losing and the frustration over the years. But there's hope because you guys do have new ownership. I still wish you guys would change the name, though. I hate the Commanders name, but at the end of the day, I mean, you feel that after a while, it's only so much frustration that can occur. So hopefully, that frustration can now turn into some wins, some good draft picks, and positivity moving forward for you guys.
Did you just
Yeah.
call him? Did you just call Cavante a Washingtonian?
Isn't that what they
Plain and
call?
simple.
Oh,
What's the
I didn't know
evaluation
that.
like after a loss like that?
Well, not in
Whoop
relation
ass.
to
Plain and
football,
simple.
but people from
Gotta be better.
DC are
Anything they did
Tonians.
that surprised you guys early on?
No, I want to say so. I think it's just a lack of focus on our part, a lack of attention to detail, not starting fast, and creating holes that are too big for us to overcome in the second half.
Does it get frustrating when that
Fuck
seems?
yes, it does. I'm fucking tired of this shit. Fucking tired of this bullshit. It's been 7 fucking years of the same shit. I'm tired of this shit.
Tired of your
What can you do now going forward to get it turned around?
Get our minds right and get ready to play fucking Philadelphia.
And watch,
Mic drop.
we gonna get everything they can handle in a weird way.
I
We
was
gonna
gonna
give
say,
them
do y'all
everything.
do y'all win, Cravante? That's a nice segue to picks. Do y'all win?
Um, I I don't think so. With as terrible as this offensive line is, I don't want to see the Eagles now. Like the Giants just got 6 sacks on us. What the hell you think the Eagles gonna do? I
Real quick, real quick, I do want to touch on something you mentioned. We talked about it in the post game yesterday. The Lions have a very favorable schedule. After the Ravens game, they have the Raiders next Monday. They play the Chargers, Bears, Packers, Saints, Bears again, Broncos,
oh
Vikings, Cowboys, and Vikings again. So they are probably going to be in that top three, Cavante.
oh yeah, you can pencil them in for the third seed because we all know who's going to be the fourth seed. Whoever wins the NFC South, they're going to be in the they're going to be in the fourth spot, and the Lions are probably going to be well. Shoot, listen, the 49ers are coming. Look like they're coming back down to earth. The Eagles look like they're catching their stride. So the Lions could probably go as high as 2, but the lowest I think they go is 3.
Dre, you got the picks from last week before we get into week 8?
Burn them,
So
burn.
so the picks this week are let me just say this. Everybody from this past week, we all suck. We all went 3-10.
Shut up.
They
Yo,
Byron had one I think I left that paper in my office actually. Byron had picked one game that all of us
he picked
decided again.
the Saints.
Yeah, but then he messed up
Yeah.
with another pick. He reached on one other pick, and we all like did the opposite. So yeah, it ended up being evened out. Like it was just
That,
horrible.
I thought for sure, Byron, this was your come up week. Cause I was like, damn. I feel
I
like Byron
I,
gets
I
us a
thought
lot.
so too, but everybody picked pretty much the same, and then yeah, we just were horrible. But y'all three are like one game within each other.
Well, let's start on
Uh,
Thursday. Buccaneers Bills. This will be interesting.
I don't know. I don't know anymore. I honestly don't know
You can give me the
what
Bills.
I'm doing.
You can give me the
Um,
Bills.
I'm picking
where,
the Bills.
where, where
I'm
is it
gonna
at?
pick the Bills too. It's in Buffalo.
You got to bounce back after a loss like that, man. You have to bounce back. So I'll go with the Bills as well.
Patriots Dolphins. 1 o'clock.
Mm,
Dolphins got to
Yeah,
bounce back as well.
give me the
yeah,
Dolphins.
I'm gonna pick the Dolphins too.
Yeah, I'm going with the Dolphins.
Battle of New York or New Jersey, whichever one you want to call. Jets and Giants. Jets off a bye. Give me the Jets. Jets.
But isn't their head coach show he's on a leave of absence though? I wonder what that's about.
It's one of their coaches, Dre. Yeah, I think his
Oh,
wife has a
it's not the
show.
head coach.
It's
No,
not right.
his
Oh,
You
wife.
talking
His
about
wife has a season.
Robert Seiler?
No, no.
I'm picking the
no.
Jets. I think the Jets take advantage of their success.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Jets too. But I mean the Giants ain't gonna make it easy now.
No,
Yeah,
This could be another 14-7 game.
Jets. I'll take the Jets as well.
Jaguars Steelers. Ooh,
It's in Pittsburgh, but I'm gonna say the Jet. I mean, I'm gonna say the Jags. For some reason, Pittsburgh they don't do well against the Jags.
I'm gonna say the Steelers are not great at back to back, so I'll go with the Jags for that reason.
But now, if this was coming off a bye, because Mike Tomlin's won 7 straight off a bye, but no, you're right. I mean, back to backs, they haven't been consistent enough to do it.
I hope you're right, but I'm going with the Steelers. I think T.J. Watt is just on another planet, and
Yes.
and
Um,
the dude's ridiculous, man.
Anybody else rolling with the Steelers?
I'm gonna go with the Jaguars. I'm gonna go with the best quarterback on the field. I think the Jaguars are starting to find their stride too, Cravante. I said I wouldn't be surprised if they are in maybe even a conference championship because they could just sneak in there. Uh, what else we got? Falcons Titans. Ugh, give me the Falcons.
God, I don't like the Falcons
I don't either.
potentially winning back to backs, but God, the Tennessee Titans are terrible. They're really, really bad. And the Falcons, their quarterback play is just not good. But the rest of their team, the rest of their roster is pretty good, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm gonna go with the Falcons, but every time whenever I do with the Falcons, they do the opposite.
They might Falcon. They just might Falcon.
Because this be the game like they supposed to win, but they're the Falcons. So
They tried the Falcon this week. I think Ritter had 3 fumbles.
Man,
Dre watching that game, man. I was hoping they would, but once they trotted that kick out, I was like, it's over.
I'm gonna go with the Falcons as well. I don't trust Titans.
Yeah, I'm not making me feel good about the Falcons, so I'm gonna roll with Tennessee.
Nice.
Texans Panthers. This is an interesting game because the Panthers don't have a win yet, and it's a
One,
battle of the top 2 picks.
I'm going. My guy, CJ Stroud.
I'm going with the Ohio State man, the Texans.
I'm gonna take a reach. I'm gonna go with the Panthers. I think they're gonna win a game eventually.
Reaching out.
They gotta win.
All right, so I think we divided on this one because I'm gonna go with them too. They eventually got to get something going.
I think Bryce Young's gonna have that.
No, they don't.
And I mean, you can't be the number one pick. You can't be the number one pick and then you get outshined by the number 2 pick. Like that's just,
the number 2 pick should have been the number 1 pick, but that's
it looks like it.
Rams Cowboys. Hey man, it was a toss up. It was a toss up.
I'm going with them boys. I'm going with the Cowboys.
Cowboys and who?
Rams. But I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
I'm gonna go with them boys.
After a bye week, I'll go with the Cowboys as well.
Same. Vikings Packers. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Vikings. They're red hot right now.
Me too. Because Love don't look like he it.
I'm going with the Vikings as well. Love is breaking my heart. Well, he didn't break my fantasy heart. Yeah.
Wow, Garanta.
Well, yes, Love did his job for me.
Oh,
before his team. I can't do none of that stuff, ladies and gentlemen. I can't do none of that stuff.
Okay, it's
But
okay. We know you have love.
love did the job for me, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the
I'm going with
Vikings,
the
bro.
Vikings. I'm going
And
with
the
the
Vikings
Vikings.
are still alive in the playoffs, guys. They're back in
Yeah.
it.
Yes. That means the
No,
Nell Hunter's not
actually,
coming to the fire.
it's weird. Kirk Cousins isn't having a bad season statistically, but they just can't get them W's like they were last year. When you win too many games by that small of a margin, yeah, it's probably going to go the opposite way the following season.
Saints,
At
Colts.
least AJ is happy tonight.
And
Saints,
can't forget
Colts.
CJ too. CJ's a Vikings fan
Yes,
too.
CJ as well.
Saints, Colts.
Uh,
Mark, I'm gonna go with your
Well,
Colts, brother. I'm going to Gardner Minshew. They got screwed last week. They ain't gonna get screwed this week. I think they win.
I'll go with the Colts, but Drake, I'm going with the Vikings as well. I don't know if you got that.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't even
Um,
know who I'm
Uh,
but
gonna pick.
I'll go with the Colts.
yeah, I don't
That's
like what I'm seeing out of the Saints.
But this will be the week they win. Trust me. How it's been going, that's the stuff that happens.
I,
That's why I'm
because
gonna pick the Saints. That's why I'm gonna pick the
Derek
Colts,
Carr,
bro.
he's yelling at people, and it's like, dude, you're not playing that damn good. You goddamn so.
No, he's not.
Give me the
And the
Saints.
sad
Give me the
part is
Saints.
he's supposed to be the person that propels them over.
This is the last time picking the Saints if they let me down. Give me the Saints.
I'm not. No.
So we're gonna be divided again. We're going.
Yes, I'm not. I'm going with the Colts.
I'll go with the Colts as well.
I'm gonna go with the Colts, but it's like, damn, I wanna go with the Saints, but sorry, Byron, I
Browns.
can't rock with you on this one, man.
That's all good, man. I'm gonna go down fighting. Browns, Seahawks.
Ooh,
The game's in Seattle too. Damn.
I like Seattle. I like Seattle in this game, man.
I like the Browns. I think the Browns win.
I'm tempted to pick the Browns, but I'm gonna say Seattle because it's in Seattle.
Yeah, give me Seattle. I don't know what the quarterback situation is. Give me Seattle.
But what's up with Deshaun Watson?
It don't matter who the quarterback is
He's
at this
goofy.
point.
He's goofy. He's just
It don't
goofy.
matter if it's Deshaun or it's PJ Walker or Brown or whoever. I'm going with the Browns, man.
PJ Brown.
It can
Chiefs,
be
Broncos.
PJ Watson. It don't matter.
Chiefs, Broncos. I think we all know who we pick.
Yes, we're not going with the Chiefs. I mean, we're not going with the Broncos. We're going with the Chiefs. Everybody's with the tribal Chiefs. Chiefs on 1, 2, 3 Chiefs.
Yeah.
Bengals, 49ers. Big team.
That's
49ers have to bounce back. They can't lose 3 straight. That would be crazy. I'm going to 49ers.
It's in San Francisco. I'm gonna go with the 49ers.
I'll go with
Yeah, give me the 49ers. We need the Bengals to lose.
off the bye too, though. Oof.
Yeah, that's
Right.
tough. But
I know, and Joe Beasy, Joe, he could do it. Joe could give him 3 losses in a row.
He could. So Trent Williams didn't play. Debo didn't play. These got to get healthy, man, because Trent Williams not playing is huge.
Yeah, I think Debo's out for a few weeks. Trent Williams might come back, but I can see Debo out for more weeks.
And Christian McCaffrey was a little questionable too heading into the game.
And he still scored a damn touchdown. That's damn shame.
2 touchdowns.
He's automatic, bro.
Yeah, give me the 49ers. I don't really.
All right, everybody going with the 49ers.
Bears, Chargers, no Justin Fields. Chargers got to win this one.
God, Bears win. Ooh, if the Bears win, Brandon Staley is gone. Oh God. But
Chargers are going to Chargers. I'm going with the Chargers.
I can't go with the guy. What school he went to, Dre? Westminster.
Yo, like Westchester or some stuff like that.
I just want to see Brandon Staley do this again.
Raiders,
that's all I want to see.
So wait a minute, y'all all rolling with the Chargers?
Yes.
I hope. But
I'm gonna be the Lone Ranger then. I'm gonna go with the Chicago Bears, y'all.
I hope they win. I really hope they win.
I do too, just because.
No, actually, but the thing is, if he wins, then they're gonna start questioning my man Justin Fields.
Yeah, give me the Chargers, and then we got Commanders, Eagles. We going Eagles here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ravens, Cardinals. I'm going Ravens.
Oh, but you know what? Let me say real quick about Washington and something that Carante talks about: defensive coaches. That I think that's part of the issue right there too.
Mm.
Defensive coaches with young studs at quarterback hasn't been a good combination.
There you go. Week 8. Let us know your picks. And if you didn't hear, the Texas
Oh,
Rangers. Go ahead.
everybody with Baltimore for
Yes.
that pick.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Oh, I'm
Whoever.
going. I'm with
Yes.
Arizona, baby.
Oh,
Look, he'll be
you
in
say
Arizona.
No, I ain't
you're
going.
saying it? Oh,
No,
I was
hell
about to
no.
say you scaring me,
He'll
man.
He'll
be
be
in
he'll be
I'm
Arizona.
staying
going
Oh,
to
in
oh,
I'm
Arizona.
going to Arizona.
Byron, the
I ain't going
Detroit
with the damn
game.
team. Oh
Did
no.
Yeah, Detroit. Detroit. I'm not picking the Raiders.
everybody pick Detroit?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah,
Did you
Yeah.
yeah, Detroit. Yeah, definitely. I ain't picking the
bounce,
Raiders.
bounce back?
Yeah. If you didn't hear, the Texas Rangers are advancing to the World Series. Real quick before we get to Goofies, and looks like, according to people we know, they're saying Dusty may be retiring. So just remember where you heard it
But
first.
yeah, he did say that he was saying that last year. He was debating about coming back. So
Yeah.
well, if he did, you know what? Look, you got your chip. Glad you had a good run, but you know, hopefully it's over for the Astros,
Hey,
man.
look, it's time to
Can't.
take Old Yellow to the shed, along with Sting, along with the Undertaker, along with all these other old
Hey,
heads. Take
hey,
them all to the shed.
Along with Ric Flair too.
Ric Flair, we don't want one more match. Get your ass out of here. You and your daughter, damn it, and your son-in-law, damn it. All y'all can go, damn it.
No, Charlotte's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
She'll be beating on Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
They talking about that might be at WrestleMania. Anyway,
that should be a
Dre,
WrestleMania.
no, Dre, I mean Cravante, Goofy of the week. Let me get Goofy in here. Let me call him out the bullpen.
Of course. Something wrong here.
Well, now that's goofy.
It's funny that you said bullpen. um, Great baseball reference with all the great baseball going on right now. But Goofy, it's always good to see you, my friend. But good people, let me do my intro. Welcome to the week, sponsored by the Flex Zone. Appreciate you guys for giving me a little bit of time to let me tell the good people what I thought was goofy this week. I have two levels of goofiness, and they are low level goofy. I guess we call it Packer green now, because they're on the lower end of things. And we have high level goofy, which is Cardinal Sin Red. Um, the low level goofy is something we laugh about, we joke about, we laugh, we kiki, and we move on in the hopes that it does not become a higher level goofy. But if it does, that's when we have to congregate. We have to figure out what's going on, what's wrong, and why this has gotten whatever the individual event or what have you has become so egregiously goofy at this point. Uh Byron, I'm gonna take one of yours. You were talking about a little bit earlier. Word on the street is that Travis Kelsey, uh, the best tight end in football right now, is dating Taylor Swift. Yes, the Swifties have entered the NFL building, and the ratings are through the roof. With there's a game she's at, they is watching. Um, Apparently, he has a house that's worth about $1 million currently, or at least he bought it for $1 million. And he purchased a $6 million house. Is that correct, Byron? Purchased a six
Yes.
million house. Um, and that's at a gated community. It's a little bit more secure. Um, because he's quote unquote dating Taylor Swift. Now, I don't know if he's actually come out and admitted this. I mean, we're all just like it's all but happening. Like she's cool with his mom. Her and Patrick Mahomes' wife is buddy now. Seems like so they're all but dating. But I don't think neither one of them has confirmed nor deny this, but him getting a $6 million house for privacy. It looked like it was a bunch of trees. Byron, can you actually pull that back up?
There you
It
go.
looked wow. His
They're definitely
trees.
dating.
His neighbors are trees. My gosh, how do you get in and out of there? God damn it.
Bat
Um,
cave.
it looks like that thing's probably underground too. Um, Travis, listen, brother. I get it. I get it. You want your utmost privacy. But brother, 6 mil? This is just brother. He got it. He got it. And spending that thing. $6 million. Me personally would have done it, but hey, I don't have $6 million. But I just think that's a bit of a reach for you spending 6 times what you spent on your house to spend on this house just to date somebody. I think it's kind of crazy, um, if you ask me. But hey, that's not my realm. I'm just saying it's a little on the goofy side because 2 houses is cool. What Byron? Do you happen to know the proximity from that house to his first house?
I do not, but I think they're both in Kansas City.
Right. So, excuse me. He's buying 2 houses. Um, just to he's buying a second home to date Taylor Swift. I think that's a bit much. I think this is a reach, but it's a little on the goofy side. But Travis Kelsey. But what's also goofy is his facial hair that he has going on. Um, last I checked, he cut off his beard. Now he just got a mustache, and I'm like, brother, you look off. You look off because when he was with his previous girlfriend, he had a thing nice and lined up. He looked cool. You know what I'm saying? And now he looks like he's changed his appearance as he's changed his women. Also very goofy on Travis Kelsey part, but he's still good on that football field, which is what we all really care about. Shout out to the betters, the NFL betters out there. But low level goofy, I don't have many of them, but I think this is a goofy of the low level variety. Um, just getting a whole new home just to date somebody is like, give me something else. Give me something else. But we'll leave it there. I kind of alluded to it earlier, but my higher level goofy it's the Washington Commanders. It is the Washington Commanders. But now it's quite a few reasons. One, we have a head coach that I feel like has mentally checked out. Um, we have a defensive coordinator that's his good friend, his buddy, who also needs to go. Um, we have a lackluster offensive line with a good young quarterback, but he can't stay up. Now, again, that's a mixture between him and the offensive line. Him holding the ball a little too long, not knowing where his hot reads are, and offensive line just can't block anybody. But also, we have two, count them, not one, but two defensive linemen, defensive players, and Chase Young and Montez Sweat, who will be free agents at the end of this season. And there's no noise in either one of them being involved in trade, and the deadline is coming up, and there's obviously no way we can keep both of them, because both of them are going to demand a nice chunk of change, um, and it seems like the Commanders aren't doing anything. But hopefully that just means they are doing something and they just haven't really reported on it yet. Because one thing that I don't want to happen, and with the Commanders, this is very, very possible, is that we lose both of them and don't get anything for them. That'll be right up the Commanders' alley of letting two um, above average pass rushers go and not get any type of value for them and just let them hit the market, because I believe they'll be unrestricted free agents at the end of the year. Um, Along with just losing to bottom tier teams. Again, I feel like Jonathan Allen feels. I understand his feeling, but we have to understand that the new regime is going to take they're going to take their time with evaluating. And of course, they have a bunch of other things to evaluate outside of just the team. But I really need Ron Rivera to get up out of there. But I understand they're probably going to keep him the rest of the year. But I'm going to call for his job every week because he's not doing anything. Like I said, hey, he's very, very, is giving nonchalant on the sidelines. And I feel like he's mentally checked out. And I think the players see it. Jonathan Allen, being a captain and a leader of the team, he sees it. And if he sees it, I feel like everybody else sees it. Because now Jonathan Allen out here cursing on his post-game, interview. He's frustrated. And I know the rest of the team is as well. So the Commanders are continuing to be goofy, and they can't get out their own way. But with the new regime, it's going to take some time to get rid of the old stench, as I was saying before. But Ron Rivera is an old, stale, and dry stench that needs to be dismissed. His walking papers, be relieved of his duties, because he's not doing anything for this team, franchise, culture, or anything. But those are my goofies. The Commanders and Travis Kelce dropping that money just to date Taylor Swift. So what Byron? My question is, what was going to happen if this doesn't work out? What's going to happen?
Because
But
they've only been dating what, a couple months, maybe, if
maybe,
that.
who knows? Like we need to we can't verify any of that. It's just that now currently they are. Despite them saying anything, because they could have, who knows? Maybe they could have been dating in the off season, maybe. Oh, who knows? But that's just a lot, you know what I'm saying? And again, if it doesn't work out, now what? But it's a house; it can build equity, and he's a well-known person, not as well known as Taylor Swift, but he's a very well-known person in his circle, so he could get rid of the house, I guess. But just seemed like a bit much. But those are my goofies of the week. Y'all know my line. There's a thin line between goofy and great, and this franchise that's I-95 South and Travis Kelce on the wrong end of it. Got to do better, brothers.
Of course. Something wrong here.
Thank you, Cravante, for those goofies of the week. As always, if you see something goofy or want to let us know, we can always
Well, now
use
that's
more
goofy.
goofiness. I think Kelsey just signed I was trying to look up his contract, a $22 million contract. So he's got it. I definitely tell you that. Drizzy Dre, that wraps up episode 413. What is coming up? Episode 414. What can the people expect?
No guest next week, but World Series, we got the NBA is back. Oh, and a shout out to the WNBA. Great finals game that they had between the Liberty and the Aces, with the Aces now winning back-to-back WNBA championships. So the WNBA, is on the up and up. So I mean that was real big for them. We got hockey. Hockey is here. We got, like I said, football, the end of baseball. So it's a lot happening, and then also college football too. We talked about the NFL and had some weird stuff happening, man. But college football ain't been, everybody who's been favorites haven't been favoring either. So.
Michigan. We need to keep our eyes open for Michigan to see what happens at their investigation. Because Michigan's looking real crazy right now. So I'm interested to see what the NCAA's final judgment will be and what Jim Harbaugh will do.
Yo, he gonna do a Pete Carroll. He gonna win the chip and then back to the NFL.
Raj, very special week for you, my brother. You will be traveling. You'll be
Hey,
on the
safe
West Coast,
travels, Unc.
Arizona,
Sir.
watching the Ravens and Cardinals, University of Phoenix, I think Stadium, if it's still that. How you feeling, brother? Let the people know what's going on with you, man, if they don't know.
Yes, I'll be going to Arizona for this Ravens and Cardinals game. Hopefully, it should be a fun time. Going with B more around town. They do great work, so I can't wait to travel with them. But other than that, we'll be still having content for the channel. So just stay tuned for that. Ravens previews coming up with the Cardinals and, AW Dynamite during the week. And of course, we'll have more content because I'm pretty sure something goofy is going to happen. Probably with James Harden, maybe this week or next week. But we'll have stuff. Dre, we got to get you on one of these post game shows, man. Got to come through, bro.
Yeah, I know my Sundays have been a little wild, but you know what? I might be able to pull it off this Sunday. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it is a 4 o'clock game, so we'll be on a little later. So if you're free, let us know, brother.
Okay.
Also, speaking of basketball, women's basketball, I just realized LSU will be playing Coppin this
Yes,
season.
hey,
at Coppin
Coppin. I
in
gotta get my
December.
tickets.
Yeah, so if you guys are into that, go check it out. Baltimore's
I'll be
own
there.
or Maryland's own Angel Reese. Dre's in the building, so you know it's official. Might have to try to tell Dre get an interview, possibly with Miss Reese if possible. But we'll see what happens. She signed a deal with Reebok. Surprised Nike didn't throw the bag at her, but who am I? She's getting the bag. Episode 4, 13 in the books. Episode 4, 14 next week. Hey, we'll be talking about the NBA season. We'll be talking about week 8 going into week 9 of the NFL season. This week, we got AEW and, of course, Ravens preview. Probably come a little earlier this week because I know Raj will be traveling, so we'll get that out to you before Friday. We got the post-game show Sunday evening. I know Raj will be on West Coast time, but that'll be coming to you live. Hit the bell, hit the subscribe button, hit all those buttons. And if you want to donate, you can always hit that Cash App. It is pinned in the comment section. Flex on One on Twitter, Instagram, and the Flex on Podcast on TikTok. FlexOn1@gmail.com. Only place fellas give you sports how you want it.
When you
When
need
you
it.
need it.
Throw those ones up. Acknowledge the Hit It Sports Podcast table. Appreciate all the comments, loves, likes, new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. If you're watching this later on, appreciate you. Thank you for sticking through. It is the Flex Zone Podcast. We're keeping it rolling. 400 episodes and beyond. Executive producer Andre Mountain, senior producer Cavante Hurd, social media producer Big Roger Herring, and God's favorite host, yours truly, the host and associate producer. Until next week, and before then, with more videos on the channel. Have a good night, everybody. Peace.
Peace.